think for a minute about the provincial plan for carbon tax and where you guys stand with it. Are you with the 4,934 voters who are against it? Or are you with the 334 voters who agree with it? The 5,264 voters took a poll on Calgary Herald website. Not to mention 63% of Albertans strongly oppose this idea. John Barlow had stated, right now, Albertans need support from the Liberal government. They don't need the further burden of additional taxes. Good morning, everybody. This morning I'm going to talk about Rachel Notley's plan for carbon tax. As far as the carbon levy, obviously our hope is that Albertans will see and recognize the value of this. NDP Economic Development Minister Durham Bilas responded Thursday, September 29th. Alberta is bringing in its own carbon tax based on equivalent of 20 per ton of carbon emissions on January 1st, 2017, and is scheduled to rise $30 a ton in 2018. This will help the economy and support the case that Alberta's energy resources should be developed. However, in 2017, the full rebate will be $200 for singles, $300 for couples, and $360 for a couple with 2 children, plus $30 per child up to a maximum of 4 children. The rebates will provide upfront, timely support to lower and middle income Albertans to help manage increased costs that are associated with the carbon levy. Notley says the federal prices are too steep for Alberta's unstable economy. Alberta needs a fast-growing economy with a healthy oil sector to afford the higher carbon tax. We don't think it's economically responsible to commit moving to $50 a ton when Alberta is struggling as much as it is right now. And the shockwaves of that are continuing to hit the Canadian economy, but east and west. It's not over yet, and there needs to be some combined efforts to reestablish growth in Alberta, and that needs to happen first, Rachel Notley stated. Also, Rachel had said carbon pricing has value in Alberta. We'll be a willing partner, but we need a willing partner in Ottawa who is going to stand up for Alberta when we have needs, which we do, Rachel adds. Rachel Notley opened the door to discussion by saying if Trudeau wanted support for extra large size carbon tax, Alberta would need a pipeline. There is no battle plan. Rachel's not prepared to start engaging in hypothetical discussions around strategic threats on things that haven't happened yet. Also, Notley said she isn't interested in banding together with Wall and McNeil to battle the plan. She also added that Alberta supports the idea of a national price on carbon and value. Rachel Notley hasn't outlined what Alberta would do if there is no significant progress on pipeline development, except to say Ottawa will find it difficult to apply a national carbon price without provincial cooperation. On January 1st, 2017, the carbon tax will bump up the cost of gasoline by 4.5 cents a litre and diesel by 5.4 cents a litre. The carbon tax will add to most of your purchases. No matter how successful Alberta is at carbon reduction, it won't affect global greenhouses, gas emissions. Plus, if Canada follows all these policies, Canada will drop from 1.6% of the world to 1%. However, the spending of the Alberta carbon tax income scares me. According to the provincial government's own figures at alberta.ca/climate carbon pricing, we are heading over $9.6 billion the new Democrat government to spend like kids in a candy store. Of the $9.6 billion, they're spending it on $3.4 billion for renewable energies, bioenergy, and technology projects. $2.2 billion for green infrastructure like transit, $645 million to a new agency, Energy Efficiency, Alberta, to support energy efficiency programs and services for home and business. $2.3 billion in carbon rebates for low and middle income families. $865 million to cover a cut in small business tax rates from 3% to 2%. And finally, $195 million to assist communities hammered by anti-carbon policies. For example, mining towns. Not in helping Alberta. If the Alberta carbon tax made any noticeable difference in world climate change, if it helped the oil and gas industry, lowering emissions, it might have importance. The provincial government will give very serious consideration to the carbon tax that was proposed. In my opinion, if Alberta's economy was better, I feel as if the carbon tax would be a good idea. But as Alberta is struggling in the economy, the carbon tax came at a bad time, and a lot of Albertans will continue to oppose the idea. And it sounds like a huge amount of money is being spent for the very little difference it is going to make. Also, with so many families suffering from layoffs across the province, this is not the time to add additional taxes. In conclusion, I bet some of your opinions of the carbon tax has changed and where you stand with it. We need Canada to have our back, and we need to get a pipeline, Ms. Motley told reporters in Edmonton. Thank you.